to the Authentic Peak Performer Forum. We're all delighted to have you join us on this journey, and it is an honor and privilege to be able to work with you. I'm Martin Headley, the founder of the Authentic Peak Performer Forum. I've had the privilege to lead teams to great achievements, and I've been a leadership mentor for some years now. My clients have achieved some really great goals. Let's plan for you to be the next one. You are embarking on a year-long journey with us, and it is one that will transform your life. The extent to which your life changes is going to be very much up to you, but we do promise that we will give you all that you need to be a peak performer in the specific area that you are passionate about. Our team members have coached and mentored many people for different reasons. And you've joined the program with a specific purpose in mind. That's great. And we will encourage, inspire, motivate you, and take your performance to the highest level you can for that very purpose. We will test you to make sure you can clearly explain your passion and what you want to do about it. Throughout the program, you'll be introduced to our other team mentors. It's our role to help you achieve and maintain peak performance in achieving your goal. After all, when you achieve peak performance, you'll be better at it than almost anybody else, and certainly better than anybody in your sphere of influence. In short, you'll be a leader. Now, that description of leader excites some and worries others. So let me explain in a brief but essential summary of what we mean by it. All the points I'm about to make, which will be covered in much more detail over the next few weeks, is still something that you must understand from the outset. Leadership is not a skill you learn from a course, like you'd learn Microsoft Word, for example. Leadership is a state of being. You either are or are not a leader. And you can be a leader in one endeavor and not in another at the same time. Nobody can be a peak performer at everything. You don't have to be a manager. You may not even belong to a formal organization. What it does mean, leadership, is that people will choose to follow you for a given purpose. It's that simple. We will show you what it takes to make this happen. We'll guide you as you try out new techniques or improve skills while attacking your goal. We will inspire you by showing you how close you already are to standing out. Peak performance can manifest itself anywhere. For example, you might be a technical specialist who could become a known guru. That's peak performance recognized by others, or leadership. You might want to lead a small remote village out of a dependency on a water truck supply. That's peak performance recognized by others, or leadership. You might lead a town into becoming totally solar powered. That's peak performance recognized by others. And of course, you might want to lead a company, division, a government department, or a team. So our definition of leader is not intended to be scary. It should in fact be enormously enlightening and exciting. And all those examples I have just described have happened with our clients in the forum. So are you ready to start? We are. Let's move into the first module, which will describe how to use this program and get the best out of it. You may need to refer back to this module several times. You'll always have access to the forum, so never hesitate to revise a particular topic.
I'm going to go through the format with you so you become familiar with the methods we use. The introduction to the program is intended to be your guide. But first, here's an ancient Chinese proverb. The common interpretation of this proverb is taken to be that while a teacher can enlighten you to rules, facts, observations, and knowledge, the student only learns when they investigate, try, practice, and eventually master a subject. This proverb highlights the essence behind the design of our forum. We will give you everything we know, everything we have observed, measured, and found to be true, and we'll update it from time to time as we learn more. And you'll always have access to these modules, so you'll always have the latest information. You will need to take up the subjects presented, investigate and try and practice them too, if you wish to master the art of peak performance. Yes, peak performance and leadership are arts, not sciences. So the flow of our forum is based on 3 phases. The first of which is the 8-week sequence of modules, tools, quizzes and webinars, designed to familiarize yourself with everything you need to know to master peak performance. Yes, you can learn what it takes in 8 weeks, at around 1 hour a day. It will take effort and discipline, but we've helped you by breaking down the topics to sections that can be accomplished within about 60 minutes each day. Our experience has shown this to be the most effective method. Delaying progress through the modules actually slows the rate of uptake of the essential concepts, probably because so many of them link to each other. The first 4 weeks' activity will be to go through the learning modules, much like what you're doing with this module now. There will be various formats, including video, audio, interviews, presentation, and combinations of 2 or 3. Weeks 5 to 8 are where we build your specific development plan together. Some of the modules will refer to tools, which you will be able to download from the website. These are for you to gather feedback from people around you and to use in making changes towards peak performance. Many of these tools you'll use over and over again throughout your lifetime. And the best part is that one of our tools, the assessment, will show you how and where you have improved at the end of the year. Sometimes the modules will ask you to return the results of quizzes or results of your activities or feedback forms to the mentors. All of the work you submit will be read, and you will receive feedback from the mentoring team. Depending on the topic, you may get a response from a different person on the team. Not to worry, we're going to match the best person with that issue that you're dealing with. And once a week there will be a webinar to attend where you and perhaps your fellow members can ask questions and discuss what you are learning with some of the mentors. You will also be able to post your experiences and share questions with others in our social panels. One of these is the exclusive LinkedIn group, where all members will be able to see the progress they are making. Now, after the 8th week, the model changes. You will have built development plans for new behaviors and techniques that you will use to enable peak performance, and you'll be applying what you've learned. You'll continue to receive mentoring in the webinar format once a month, and that schedule will be published in the forum website. These webinars function in much the same way as the weekly webinars. However, the focus is entirely on what you found when you applied tools, tried ideas, and practiced new techniques in your journey to peak performance, using that development plan that we built in weeks 5 to 8. And at the end of the year, well, you will continue to be members of the forum. You will retain access to all the modules and tools, and that includes updates as we publish them. You can continue to liaise with a mentor if you are experiencing difficulties, and you can even ask for additional coaching on specific topics. Remember, we see your success as our shared goal, so you don't drop off at the end of the formal program. And remember also that you will need to practice new or improved techniques. Many of these skills will have to become natural to you. Top athletes require coaches and mentors. To be a peak performer, you need them too. You'll need discipline to complete this program. Keeping up with us for the first 8 weeks will be critical, and you will find it quite a stretch. However, that shouldn't be a problem if you're committed to this, because a peak performer would keep the focus and pressure on, wouldn't they? You'll need to act the way you mean to continue, so expect us to stretch you. To get the most out of the program, you'll need to contribute too. The materials in the modules are all well and good, but if they're not acted upon, no real insight will be developed. Without that insight, you'll never know if you're making progress or not. Participate intensely in self-study. Participate vigorously during webinars, and question your mentors deeply. I mentioned you'll be able to submit work to the mentor team from time to time. We're here for you, and it's what sets our program apart. You have an outstanding team of mentors supporting your program. Some you will get involved with, and others are just involved in research. But the best way to use them is to follow this quick model. Explain the situation you face or you have just faced. Then explain what you are trying to do or what you were trying to do if you've already done it. Explain to your mentor how you went about the change or how you're planning to go about the change. And then explain what happened if you've already tried it. What was the feedback? Did you get any resistance? Was there general acceptance, excitement? How did people react? This way, the mentor will be able to give you the right guidance. And to ensure you are making progress, the feedback tools are designed for you to use over and over again. This will help you understand how much more effective you have become and show you how close you are to being in the extraordinary category. More about that later.
So, now you've been through the first module. The other modules will operate in a very similar fashion, and where there are differences, we will explain them clearly as you go through. The focus is always on your learning and your success. Thank you once again for joining the Authentic Peak Performer Forum. We are all looking forward to working with you in our coaching sessions. Bye for now.